Gunther holds that world title high. Gunther hands the title over to the official. That's what it's all about. It's all about leading the Red Brand, Monday Night Raw's biggest title that you can hold. And Gunther, who's held it for 259 days, now defending it here at the Showcase of Immortals. It's just crazy to think that last year at WrestleMania, Gunther was also a champion. Gunther was the Intercontinental Champion. However, Gunther had fallen short to Sami Zayn. Perhaps it was due to undermining Sami Zayn's in-ring ability and not taking him seriously. And we have the idea that Gunther doesn't really take Jey Uso seriously, calling him the mascot of the WWE. But what Gunther cannot do is afford to call somebody like Jey Uso just a mascot and not take him seriously. You should always compete at your A game, especially on the grandest stage of them all. That's where you fall short. That's where you let your guard down, and Gunther cannot afford to do that in this situation. And now First Contact goes at it as these two spin around the ring a little bit. And now a rope break has been forced by the official. These two won't even let go of each other. This became personal between these two when Jey Uso was zip cuffed to the bottom rope a couple of weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, and Gunther was beating Jay's twin brother Jimmy to a bloody pulp, had a sleeper hold on Jimmy. Meanwhile, there was blood rushing down his face, and there wasn't anything that Jey could do about it. Jey was absolutely helpless and defenseless. And it's the struggle of wanting to be able to save your family, but being unable to do it. And that just lit a fire under Jey Uso that made this match all the more meaningful and all the more reason for main event Jey Uso to win. And right now, it's the ring general who has Jey Uso grounded into the mat. This is a big part of Gunther's strategy, is keeping his opponents grounded. Gunther is very well technically sound inside the ring. A great brawler. Went for a elbow drop, but Jey Uso got out of harm's way. A shoulder tackle. Gunther with a vicious chop to Jey, but Jey comes back with a step up enziguri that stunned the champion. And the champion rolls to the outside onto the floor. Going to take some time to regroup and figure out what's next in the game plan. Gunther didn't really go down. It's a matter of Gunther just reassessing the situation and figuring out, where do I go next? This happened. We're here. How do I get to there? And there, that's that next stop. How do I take back control of the match? And you can hear the yeet chants starting to pick up. The more the crowd gets into this match with those yeet chants, that all that does is benefit Jey Uso and gets in the head of Gunther. Gunther, we've seen it before, getting annoyed by the yeet chants because he sees it as Jey Uso being a joke. Jey Uso trying to lift up Gunther, but Gunther landing on Jey Uso. Lateral press cover, but only enough for a 2 count as main event Jey Uso was able to kick out. And Gunther, who finds himself in control, what a clubbing shot right to the chest. Usually goes for a chop, but instead a closed fist. And Jey ducks Gunther. Jey has Gunther up and a scoop slam into the mat. But Jey Uso, you saw him grab onto that leg for a second. Jey Uso starting to rally here. Starting to get the ball rolling is exactly what Jey Uso needed. But when you get some momentum, you have to know that there's always a chance that there's something that's going to stop it. And that's exactly what just happened with that wicked chop by Gunther that sent Jey Uso off the top to the outside onto the floor. Let's get another look at this. That just sent Jey all the way down to the outside and leaving a big opportunity for Gunther open. And Jey Uso slowly rolls back into the ring, and Gunther not wasting any time, stomping onto Jey the moment he got back in. Oh, what a wicked uppercut. Gunther, without a doubt, has the size advantage over main event Jey Uso. 6'4", 250. Gunther, there's a reason he has the moniker the Ring General. Truly the best of the best that this industry has to offer. 666-day record as the Intercontinental Champion, surpassing the previous record held by the legendary Honky Tonk Man. And right now it's main event Jey Uso who is being dominated by Gunther. Jey Uso is going to have to work his way back into this match, but that is easier said than done when it comes to dealing with the Ring General. And Gunther sending Jey Uso across the ring, but Jey Uso explodes back with a spear. Will Jey Uso's take it on home? But Gunther able to kick out of two. If you're the champion right now, Jey Uso just hit a big move. That's got to play some mind games. Let's get another look at that spear that caught Gunther absolutely out of nowhere. That was a surprise spear that caught all of us off guard. But more importantly, it caught Gunther off guard, but not enough for him to lose his championship in that very moment. Gunther is not a competitor that goes down easily. And we've seen it time and time again. Gunther will go through his extensive playbook. Gunther is very traditional inside the squared circle, but at the same time also has an extensive playbook. But right there is Jey Uso with a Samoan drop, countering Gunther's momentum for some much needed offense of his own. And you just saw that shot of the World Heavyweight Championship. That's what this match is all about. It's all about Jey Uso finally getting to that next level, about becoming world champion. Gunther with a superplex takes out Jey. And a shotgun drop kick to the challenger. And Gunther looking to close this one out. And there it is. Gunther with the power bomb stacking up Jey, but Jey stays alive. And Jey just kicked out of that power bomb. That exact power bomb has put down multiple superstars in the past, on numerous occasions. Gunther has defeated his opponents with that exact power bomb. But tonight was a different night. Jey Uso able to kick out when the vibes are higher, when the stakes are higher. The vibrations, you have that extra bit of willpower that courses through your veins, that keeps you pushing forward. And a slap to Jey. You saw Gunther talk a little bit of smack before that slap. Gunther looking for one more power bomb. But Jey Uso counters with a Hurricane Rana and a second spear. A second spear by Jey. And Gunther's down. Could it be? Is this Jey's moment? Will he realize the dream? The frog splash. We got a new world champion. Oh, but Gunther stays alive. And both of these men have hit their highlight in their playbooks. You go to the top moves you have in your playbook, and that's what both of these superstars have hit on each other already. And This is where you question yourself a little bit. When you get to the deep waters of a match like this, you often wonder, what is it going to take? Gunther's grabbing his world title and taking the ball and going home? What is this all about? You just heard Gunther say, "You're not going to ruin this for me, Jey." Jey going to fly. But the ref never saw it. The ref never saw it because he had to get out of the way, so he didn't take the brunt of that suicide dive. Gunther going up to the top. Jey Uso. That title belt hit him clean in the face. Oh, but Jey did not quit on it. Where does Jey Uso find it? Oh, that's got to do it. And now that sleeper hold. Another hold that has put away many of Gunther's opponents in the past, including the 14-time world champion, the Viper, Randy Orton. Jey Uso trying to break free, trying to scratch and claw his way to the bottom rope to fight for his right, to fight for the claim of being world champion. And Gunther turns it around with Jey Uso being caught in the center of the ring. Jey Uso continuing to fight and not staying put. He will not fight. He will not quit, rather. He will fight till the last breath. It seemed in that moment that Gunther was about to put Jey Uso to sleep. But Jey Uso has beyond willpower, and Gunther talking smack, telling Jey to stay down. Gunther, who is screaming at main event Jey Uso. And it's about figuring out, what do I need to do to main event Jey Uso to keep him down for the 3? Gunther has been just set off at the fact that Jey will not stay down. Gunther cannot let his emotions get the best of him. Gunther's confidence can sometimes lead to overconfidence, and we saw it last year at WrestleMania, but will that be the case this year? You saw Jey Uso just laugh at the chops from the ring general. How wise is that? Because every time Jey Uso is going to laugh and mock Gunther's power, it just makes Gunther want to hurt Jey Uso and hit Jey Uso even harder and more. And Gunther made a promise to bloody, batter, and bludgeon Jey Uso, and Gunther so far making word on it. We haven't seen much blood, but there's been a lot of bludgeoning, a lot of battering of main event Jey Uso by the ring general. But at the same time, main event Jey Uso has held his own weight in this world title match. People always wonder, can Jey Uso hold up to that high caliber? Is Jey Uso ready to be world champion? And Jey Uso going as long as he has in this world title match with Gunther, showing that he can hang with the best that this industry has to offer. These two exchanging forearms, center of the ring, going tit for tat. Gunther nailed Jey with a clothesline. Jey with a clothesline of his own. Gunther returns the favor, and Jey Uso with a slap and a big boot by Gunther. What a clothesline by Jey. Knocks Gunther off his feet. Both superstars went down, though. Can Jey Uso capitalize on this? Jey Uso has a big opportunity now to take control, get in the driver's seat and hit the gas, but Gunther comes from behind. And a choke, but Jey ducked. Jey just nailed Gunther with a German suplex. We usually see that from the playbook of Gunther. I don't remember the last time I saw Jey Uso pull out a German suplex from his playbook. But tonight is a different night. Tonight is a night where if it's in the playbook and you're running out of options, hit everything you've got. Use what you have to win. Jey, it seemed that he was going for a spear, but Gunther instead, that drop kick, countering the momentum. And now it's Gunther who's looking for one final power bomb, but Jey counters. Jey countered. Jey with a power bomb to Gunther. And Jey pulling out a stop. Is it the time for Jey? And a super kick. And Jey showing a new life, a new willpower. Another super kick to the ring general. And a spear. And a spear by Jey. As Jey climbs high, Jey has the opportunity to bring it on home. And he does. With that splash, there's one. But Jey realizing that one might not be enough to do it. Jey looking for one more. And he rolls through once more. We know it takes a lot to keep the ring general down, and so does Jey. Jey, one final splash. The third to the back. Jey not even done yet. Gunther isn't staying down. That's just how tough Gunther truly is. A testament to how far. Oh, Jey looking to put Gunther to sleep. And now using Gunther's offense against him. Wait. Jey just made Gunther tap. Oh. How apropos, how poetic was that? Jey Uso getting revenge for his family as he put Gunther to sleep. For the first time ever in main event Jey Uso's career, he is World Heavyweight Champion. Gunther just tapped out. A miracle performance. And Gunther with that world title shot to the head and then the splash. That's where, honestly, that could have been all over right there. But Jey had the willpower to continue going even further. Gunther dished it all out to Jey, but Jey had a response for all of it. Jey with multiple spears. Jey hitting the greatest hits of the Uso splash after Uso splash after Uso splash, a trifecta. And then the moment of poetic justice as he put Gunther out, and Gunther with no choice, Gunther tapped out. I never thought there would ever be a time in any universe where Gunther would tap out. And Jey Uso stands tall as your new World Heavyweight Champion. What a moment here at the Show of Shows. The pressure was on. And Jey wanted to do it not just for him, not just for his family, but for everybody. And tonight, Jey Uso had over 60,000 fans here in the sold-out Allegiant Stadium behind him. And look who is in the ring. Jimmy Uso is here to celebrate. What a moment. Jey and Jimmy with tears, all the emotions. This is the type of moment that these two have worked their entire careers for, to be by each other's side. When one wins, they both win. And Jimmy Jimmy is So proud of his brother Jey as he hands that world title to him. And Jey is the world heavyweight champion. What a celebration in Las Vegas. There is going to be a whole lot of eating in downtown Las Vegas. The Yeet era has begun. And Jey Uso's Hall of Fame father, Rikishi, has got to be somewhere celebrating as his son has realized the dream that so many few have the opportunity of achieving, the opportunity of reaching the top of the mountain. Jey Uso with the performance of a lifetime. When the stakes are high, Jey Uso truly rose to the occasion. Jey and Jimmy gonna go celebrate. This was never supposed to be for Jey Uso. Jey Uso was always labeled with his brother Jimmy as twins, as tag team wrestlers. And now Jey, a standalone, a one-time Intercontinental Champion, and now your current and brand new World Heavyweight Champion. Jey Uso has broken the mold. Jey Uso's World Champion. Soak it all in. Celebrate. In the city that is worth celebrating in. Jey Uso as world champion for the first time in his career. Congratulations to Jey Uso and the Anoa'i family, who is very proud